Adam's Boxing Show. I am live. I want to talk about Deontay Wilder and Zilly Zhang's fight on the Matchroom Queensberry card. This was a very interesting card. Queensberry swept Matchroom yesterday, 5-0. They won every fight. But I want to talk about the Deontay Wilder Zilly Zhang fight. This fight was kind of lackluster. A lot of people predicted Zhang to win this fight, and he did. Zhang actually didn't perform that well to me. Wilder definitely didn't perform well, but Zhang was missing his left hand. Wilder actually was slipping. He actually underperformed to me. Knocked Wilder out, but the retire. That's the storyline from that fight. Should he retire? I'm leaning towards saying he should retire. For that reason being, is because his punch timing is off. He can't land his famous shot. And he was a one-punch fighter yesterday. He didn't really to throw any other punch but the straight right hand. From the wars he had with Tyson Fury and being inactive, not fighting enough. So most of you all out there are calling for Deontay to retire. But if he doesn't retire, what can he do to continue fighting? What's up, Clay? That's my man right there. What's up, Clay? Talking about Deontay Wilder. Should he retire? Yeah, he should retire, most likely. But my only solution to that, if he chooses not to retire, is he should go fighting a few journeymen. Get your confidence back. Because outside of his timing being off, the man ain't confident no more. He's coming in there with his costumes on still, but that don't mean you got your confidence back. I don't see that same jolt of confidence when he walks in that ring. When he throws punches, he don't even have that same swag. And I agree, Clay. I mean, if that's how it's going to be, if he's going to be gun shy, holding the right hand up to his chest like he don't want to release it, then he should retire. I definitely don't think he should be fighting anybody in the top 5, probably not even the top 10. It's a waste of time booking him. It's a waste of time. We're not getting the knockout artists that we've seen in the past. You book Deontay Wilder because you want to see somebody get knocked out, and he's not doing that. So for that reason, he shouldn't be putting it in a main event fight. And if his heart is not truly in it, he shouldn't be forcing himself to continue to go out there if he know he's not the same guy no more. Maybe his coach, Malik Scott, should turn to him and ask him, do you really want to do this anymore? I know Malik Scott is getting a lot of blame for the regression, but I don't know. And hey, Clay, I definitely think he is a big overachiever. For a guy that don't have that much boxing skill when it comes to a technique standpoint, to become a champion and last this long, I guess you can say he's the biggest overachiever in recent boxing history. I definitely think so, because most guys with this type of skill set probably wouldn't even went that far. And it's been a lot of other heavy hitters in boxing, but they had more skill. Tyson was one of them. Tyson had way more skill than Wilder did. You know what I'm saying? We've seen other George Foreman. George Foreman was a better boxer than Deontay Wilder. So that's a good point. It's a very good point. June 15th, we got Gervonta Tank Davis fighting Frank Martin. PBC card. Um, I'm anxious to see how Tank looks in this fight. You're starting to see people starting to give Frank Martin a chance. I favor Tank Davis. I've watched film on Frank Martin. It's things that you can like and it's things that you can want to see more of. If I'm comparing Frank Martin and Tank Davis, okay, they're both southpaws, but Tank has a stronger left hand than Frank Martin. Frank Martin's left hand is not strong as Tank. I know Frank Martin is built with the muscles and all that, but he doesn't hit hard as Tank does. So don't let the physique fool you. Tank definitely is the biggest hitter out of the two. But Frank Martin is a good boxer. He has good amateur experience. You know, he's been in there with Virgil Ortiz. He has a amateur win over Virgil Ortiz, so that's good. That's of note. Hey Clay, Steve. Hey Clay, you say 30-year-old prospect, and that's what a lot of people call him because I mean, if you look at his resume and how his late start, he basically is of the prospect model. Despite his age, he's of a prospect model. 30-year-old is not out of the question of being a prospect. He can be a prospect at 30 years old. Because some people just think of a prospect as somebody 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No, you can be a 30-year-old prospect based off of what you've currently done as a pro. He doesn't have the resume of someone that you can say is necessarily a contender. The rankings might say otherwise, but he hasn't been in the mix like Tank. I know we bash Tank. Some of us bash Tank on his resume. And his resume could be better, but he has a contender's resume. Frank Martin doesn't necessarily have that. And a lot of people think he lost his last fight versus the guy Artem, who's fighting Shakur Stevenson in July in Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. And I agree with you, Clay. My man Clay said if Martin didn't have the Spence and PBC backing, nobody would take him seriously. That is true. I mean, we wouldn't even know who he is. He's not a bad fighter, but nobody would know who he is. I mean, sometimes it's about who you know. And catching on with a guy like Errol Spence at the time that he did, it was the perfect person to piggyback off of. Because we wouldn't know who he is. You know, we wouldn't. Linking up with Derek James, Errol Spence trainer, that helps too. We wouldn't know who he was if he didn't do that. So he has to catapult himself off of that recognition he received off of joining that type of team. And he's getting his biggest shot on a huge stage versus Frank Martin. I mean, not Frank Martin, versus Tank Davis, excuse me. Because Tank Davis is probably the biggest fighter amongst casuals, especially if you're talking about blacks. You know, Tank Davis is the biggest fighter amongst blacks and casuals. Tank Davis is a bigger fighter in the black community than Errol Spence. He's a bigger fighter in the black community than Terrence Crawford. You know, so a lot of people gonna be watching this fight. This is a huge stage, and it's a huge step up from what he just fought. So I'm anxious to see how he performs. A lot of people are picking Tank Davis to stop Frank Martin late. Some people think that Frank Martin is going to come out and win a few rounds early, and then you know what I'm saying that'll be it after that. You know, some people think he probably might get knocked out in the 8th, 9th, 10th round. Something late. You know, then you got some that probably think it's going to be less than 6 rounds. We'll see. That fight not going to do much on pay-per-view. Amazon has barely mentioned. And I noticed that the promotion has definitely been a little lackluster. I haven't really seen a lot of big-time promotion on this fight. Wonder why that's so. I don't really understand it. Maybe it'll pick up. You got 2 weeks left. Maybe they will we'll start seeing some more commercials because it's definitely we ain't seeing too much. I mean, I know they had their press conference and all that, but they have not really hyped this fight up too much. I think I know. Hey, tell me, please tell me, because I was wondering the same thing. That's a little odd. I'm a little skeptical about how PBC has been doing these events. I mean, I haven't seen much push even from Amazon. It seemed like the fans on social media have been pushing this fight more than Amazon itself. I'm wondering, why is that the case? And I think like you said, PBC might be going out of business soon. I mean, the people that Amazon is supposed to be this big conglomerate when it comes to entertainment and the app and all these things, but they have not fully gotten behind boxing like that. And I've seen some of the rumors too, Clay. I've seen some of the rumors, and I believe by the end of the year, I think it's going to be a lot of different things coming out about that, because the rumors already have circulated. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I know Benavidez is on this card as well. So I know he's looking to make a big statement too, being the co-main event. And we just seen Dimitri Bivol just take care of business yesterday, and a lot of people want to see Benavidez fight him. So many fighters the championship. Yeah, we starting to see it. We seen Sabrina Matias leave PBC. We just seen that, and among others that are leaving. You know, just Mayweather Promotions too. Mayweather Promotions. We seen fighters leave Mayweather Promotions. You know, so I could definitely see that for sure. Oh, another fighter I definitely want to talk about is Shakur Stevenson. He'll be fighting in July, like I just mentioned. A lot of people, I would have to put Shakur Stevenson. If I had to make a top 3 list of fighters that need to dominate their next fight, I would definitely put Shakur Stevenson in that. And I would put Devin Haney in that. I have to come up with a third. But I think Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney need to dominate their next fight, because I think a lot of people have jumped off their bandwagons. Devin Haney, I mean, I know he just fought Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia just got caught for cheating. But his stock feels a little down, which I think Ryan Garcia's stock should really be the one that's down. But when you get beat up the way Devin Haney's gotten beaten up, it seems like people don't even care about Ryan Garcia testing positive. It seems like they just wanted Devin to get humbled and beat up, that they have given him a pass for actually testing positive, which is I find a little interesting. But those two guys, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, I'm looking forward them to have to dominate their next fight, because I feel like the interest on them is going down. And let's talk about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is definitely a big money maker. And I think he's going to be okay too. I just think he's going to get suspended, as he should. I definitely think he should be suspended. I think he should be suspended big time. I feel like he's not even taking this seriously. I don't think he understands what is, how this really can affect his career, because once you test positive for anything PED related, boxing fans don't let that go. We see it all the time with fighters from back in the day. Their positive test always gets brought up. It could be a conversation of all good things, but that positive test will be brought up in the conversation. It never leaves. So that's going to follow Ryan Garcia for the rest of his career. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, put up one of the most boring performances versus Edwin De Los Santos on Thursday night, ESPN. So he has to dominate his fight. Good point, Clay. Let's talk about Canelo. Canelo, when he tested positive, he said it was something that he ate that made him test positive. And like you said, he is still celebrated, and people have moved on from it. Will Ryan get that same benefit of doubt? I don't know, but that is a good point. Canelo Alvarez I don't even think of me personally, Clay. I don't even think about Canelo testing positive no more. I never really thought about a whole lot anyway, and it's crazy that you brought that up. I don't even think about Canelo testing positive. I still watch him. I haven't really judged him like that, and maybe like you said, maybe time heals all. I mean, because it seems like a lot of people have given him a pass anyway. So maybe over time he gets a big fight announcement, it slowly will die down. I just hope he doesn't do anything to make it worse. You know what I'm saying? Because like PEDs, you would think that everybody be like, man, we got to get this guy out of here. We can't watch him no more. He's a cheat. But it seems like majority don't care about it. You have your percentage that does, but it's not like people have just said, you know what, I don't want to ever see him again. They still, when he goes on Twitter and says, look, I'm fighting this guy, I'm gonna fight this guy, the excitement level is still there. You got your few little comments that say, look, you're a cheater. But that's so minimal compared to the amount of support he gets for a big fight announcement. When he said, yeah, I'll fight Errol Spence. Man, you should have seen the amount of traction he got. You should have seen the amount of traction that he got. People, you almost thought Devin Haney didn't exist. Everybody was ready to go buy a ticket to see him fight Errol. Everybody was ready to see him fight Errol. Didn't even think about Devin no more. So I definitely see what it is, and your popularity and your interest will prevail over all of it in the end. You know, that's just my opinion on it. That's just my opinion on it. And that's true. People like to hear themselves talk. At best, when it comes to PDs, that's a very true statement. Very true statement. I want to talk about pound for pound because a lot of people say now you're in your way is the number one pound for pound. Some people say Usyk off of beating Fury is pound for pound. Okay, so you got Usyk, Fury, and then you got people that say Terrence Crawford, right? So you got three names that really dominate pound for pound. Me personally, I know me and my brother, we only really do top 3 or top 5 lists. I don't do top 10 pound for pound because once you get past really outside of 4 or 5, it's you get a lot of reaching going on. That 6 through 10 range really could be adjusted. You know what I'm saying? So I really focus on the top 3, and maybe I do top 4. For me, it's Usyk or Inoue for number 1. I understand why people have Crawford. So I'm not upset with anybody that have Terrence Crawford. I ding him for the inactivity. That's mainly it. If it wasn't for that, I might have him number 1. But I give it to Inoue or Usyk. But if Crawford goes in there and dominates Madrimov on August 3rd, people are going to be screaming about, yeah, Crawford is number 1. Because I know you got some people that already said anyway. But I can't deny what now your Inoue is doing. I know he's at the smaller weight class. I know that. I know all of us don't pay attention to that. Because at first, I wasn't big on smaller weight classes. I wasn't even big on Usyk at one point because I didn't value when he was at cruiserweight like that. Because I look at cruiserweight as like a stopgap division. I didn't really have too much respect for the cruiserweight division. I can't even say I truly respect like the heavyweight division. Probably don't. But what this guy just did versus Fury, Usyk, and what Inoue has been doing, climbing up weight class and weight class and taking on the best opponent at that weight class, I can't overlook that. Now, Crawford beating Errol Spence, that's a phenomenal win. It's a phenomenal win. But I have to reward the guys that are active and getting busy versus the top guys in the weight class. But we'll see what Crawford does August 3rd. Because he might go in there and knock Madrimov out and get that 154-pound title. I think it might be for two belts because I think they might be awarding a vacant too. So Crawford might go in there and knock this guy out. And I think Madrimov is a good fighter. I think he's a really good fighter. A lot of people don't know him like that. But the guy can fight. The guy can fight. I can't wait, Clay. I can't wait for August 30th. It's a great card. I'm ready to see Crawford. I'm mad I had to wait a whole year to see Crawford again. Off of that Spence win, I thought we was going to see him in another 4, 5, 6 months. I thought he was going to be right back in there. Shoot, I might watch. I know I probably ain't going to be at the fight unless I'm hooked up with some good tickets. Maybe I'll be at home watching it. Maybe I might order it. Or maybe I might go to I'm probably not going to go to no bar to see it because sometimes when you go to a bar, they ain't even got the daggone volume on. They just got the TV playing. I don't like that. I like hearing everything. So I might actually I might stay home and watch it. Usually the type of bars that carry that fight would be somewhere like Dave and Buster's. Or some specialty type sports bar. That's probably not a chain type of place. They might just be a little special bar that actually shows sporting events. Because you got, what's up, Jack? What's up? That's my guy right there, man. What's up, man? That's my guy. Some bars don't show boxing for some reason. They show every other sport, but they won't show boxing. I've actually got on the phone and called some of these places. I called Buffalo Wild Wings before. And they said, oh, we don't show the fights. I'm like, what's the point of you being a sports bar? You're not going to show boxing. I guess the only show was free, I guess. I'm not sure. So I guess I'll probably be watching it at home. I might have to order that one because I'm tired of watching stream stuff on my phone. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. See, it might be with some of them type of bars that sure because these chain places that they got like 10, 11, 12 locations around the country, some of them type of places don't be showing the fight. They'll show a baseball game or something like that, but they won't even have the fight on at all. I don't know if boxing then just got so unpopular amongst these places, they don't even be thinking about showing it. So I'm not sure how that works. But I'm definitely going to be looking forward to watching that. Definitely going to be looking forward to watching that. So, yeah, maybe I have to look forward to one of those bars that's showing it. 'Cause I definitely want to watch it on a TV. I'm tired of streaming stuff on the phone. I mean, I'd do it if I have to do it. I mean, because everything is on pay-per-view now. But for a top pound for pound guy, no, I want to be able to witness that myself. Yeah, send that to me, bro, because I definitely need to find out where these places at. Definitely want to do that for sure. But yeah, it's been a lot of great events going on. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheik. He's getting these promoters together. Seemed like he had to sit them down like daycare kids and get them to squash their beef so they can come together to make to make some events going on. He had to put them in time out and tell them about the greater good to make these events happen. So respect to Turkey Al Sheik. Because it was a long card yesterday, this Matchroom versus Queensberry. It was a long card. I give him that. A lot of these fights did go 12 outside of the Bivol fight and the Wilder fight. Seemed like everything went the distance. Maybe it was another one that didn't go, but it seemed like everything was going a little while. No, matter of fact, Daniel Dubois fight versus Hergovich, yeah, that fight got stopped too. But it seemed like a lot of it went the distance. I don't know why. It just seemed like a long card. I guess 5 fights will feel like that. But I've been definitely enjoying boxing this year. Even though PBC hasn't put on a lot of events this year, I'm anxious to see what they do with this tank card. So I'm definitely excited to see that. Tank is definitely one of the most exciting guys in boxing, and I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to check him out. So that's just my opinion of what I've seen so far this year. It's been a good year in boxing. But I definitely appreciate you all. The few that was able to check out this live, I'm going to try to save it so more people can check it out. I'll be back on here doing this more often during the week. So this is the Adams Boxing Show. Appreciate you, Jack. Appreciate you, Clay. And I'll see y'all next time, man.